should just say, get me a sausage.
Or, sure, I'd love one, please. Hello and welcome back to the Life in Germany channel. If you've not been here before, my name is Jenna and I share all of my cultural experiences and tips and tricks about living here in Germany. And today I wanted to reintroduce you to my mom and chit chat a little bit about, I guess, the only thing that has really been bothering my mom since she got here. In a recent video, you guys probably also noticed that she mentioned that I'm a little bit more blunt than I used to be. And I think for the first, maybe 1 or 2 weeks,
yes.
I think she felt like I hated her or something. She was like, why do you keep saying these things to me? And I'm like, why are you so sensitive? Like, I don't get it. So I thought it would be interesting to chat about like her perspective on like how I've changed living here in Germany. I think I see both sides of it, but I don't know. What has changed about me?
You haven't changed. You're still my daughter. You're still Jenna. But when I first came, and I guess it's the adjustment between Canada and here and the way people are, we're all, I'm sorry, oh no thank you, no this, no that, no that, are you sure? All that kind of stuff. Whereas when I would say something to Jenna, no. They just flat out answers, and she's missing all the little Canadian quirks and twerks in there.
And like, I think these quirks and twerks, you know, whatever you want to call them. I guess maybe in Germany it's just like, it's added fluff and people are like, well, why don't you just get to the point?
Yes.
And it just, for me, naturally happened. Like, it's not like a German told me one day, like, why you keep beating around the bush, as we like to say in English. It's just get to the point. Don't waste your breath, you know? Like, for example, we were at this apple festival on the weekend and she was like, oh, those sausages look good. Are they good? Like, they look pretty good. And she mentioned it like 2 or 3 times, and then my husband was like, oh, I want a sausage, I'm gonna go get a sausage. Should I get your mom one or should I ask her? And then he asks her and she's like, no, I don't want a sausage. And I was like, I think if I'm like Canadian enough, she does want a sausage, she's just trying to be polite.
I was being polite, yes.
Versus she could have said, yes, I wanted a sausage, but the only reason why
Maybe I should just say, get me a sausage.
Or, sure, I'd love one, please. And so for me, I'm like, okay, well, it's just so much easier to say yes because she'd already mentioned the sausage 2 or 3 times. So I was like, clearly she wants this Wurst mit Brötchen. And so he got it for her and she was happy, like she liked it. Versus if you went and got the sausage for a German who said no, they would be like, I said I didn't want it. Like I said I didn't want it because I wasn't hungry. Or maybe I just don't like Würstchen mit Brötchen. So it's just kind of from I guess my German mentality, it's more difficult to understand. It's like a game trying to figure it out. We were waiting in a parking lot one day with my friend who's Canadian and my mom was in the back seat. And you were like, I don't think I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna stay in the car. So I was like, okay, you can stay in the car. And she's like, well, you know, if you guys want, you could always roll down your windows. And I was like, why would I roll down my window if I'm going to the grocery store? And like, it mind boggled me. And then I had to like sit there and realize for a second, oh, she wants the windows down. Like, why did she not just say,
roll the windows down?
Can you please roll the windows down? It's like a mind trick, you know, like figuring it out.
It's the Canadian way. What can I say?
I asked her, like, do you want to go to the flea market? And her first answer was,
Oh, it's okay.
no, that would have been the easiest answer. You were like, oh, you know, I don't really want to get in between your friend time with your girlfriend and your family, and you know, you need this time for yourself. Like, she came up with like 5 or 6 different excuses as to why it wouldn't be good for me for her to go to the flea market, versus I was just like, I don't understand, like, it would be good for her to come, like, I would like her to be there, so all of these excuses made no sense to me. And then I was like, oh, you don't want to go.
I was tired, and I didn't want to be rude.
All you have to do is say,
I'm tired.
I'm sorry.
Know. It's the way we are in Canada versus the way they are in Germany.
So she's getting better at it since being here. And like sometimes I'll just bluntly be like, yes or no. Do you want to come or do you not want to come? Do you want to eat this or do you not want to eat it?
So if you ever go to Canada, just know what to expect.
Not
everyone's like that.
I don't even think the Germans could like retrain themselves to add that fluff. But I have to be honest, we're perfectionists in Canada, and we love being loved. Like, we're people pleasers, and we want everybody to like us, and we add all this fluff in so people can like us. Whereas in Germany, I'm just like, if you don't like me, like, I am who I am. If you don't like me, that's okay. I don't want to add in any fluff anymore because it wastes like my breath. And that sounds so rude, but now that I've been here for 8 years, I just realized it makes sense, and I feel so much more relaxed every day. It's just easy. Like, makes life a lot easier to be open
So
and
they can
honest.
bring this little class over to Canada and teach us how to be
more German.
more German.
I would be interested to hear like your guys' stories, like if you've moved here internationally and if people say that you've changed or become more rude. I was totally offended by it at the beginning because I don't think that I'm rude. I just think I'm more direct.
Direct. That's a good way of putting it.
But you really thought like I was like against you at the beginning, like that I just like wasn't happy to have her here or something. And I was like, what? What are you talking about?
At least I don't say I'm sorry.
I say I'm sorry a lot still. And I'm still my bubbly, normal self.
Just blunt.
The other day, you were like, I just don't understand. Like, this person, she took her picture, and I'm taking my picture now, and she's standing there in the way, and she's not moving while I'm taking my picture. And I tried to explain to her, I mean, yes, granted, some people are rude here. I mean, as are many people around the world. But I don't know, a lot of time in Germany, I find that people are so like, I don't know, oblivious maybe. Like they don't waste their breath on pleasing other people to the point where this lady might have actually not even noticed that my mom's there. Or she saw my mom and didn't put two and two together like, oh, maybe I should move so you could take that picture. Like, she was so worked up about it. In Germany, like, this is a common situation.
Yeah.
And what you would do in Germany is you would ask them to move. But in Canada, as a Canadian, you would probably never in a million years.
You would wait until they were out of the way.
Yeah. I mean, I still have my Canadian moments. Yesterday, I went to the bathroom at a doner shop, and I came out of the bathroom, but I accidentally left the door open because it's not like an automatic door that shuts. And there was people eating at a table that was close by, and as a Canadian I would have shut it because I would have realized right away so that nobody had to actually say anything to me or be rude to me. But the lady was rude to me, and she was like, excuse me, like, can you please close the bathroom door when you leave? Like, common courtesy. And I looked at her, and usually I would have been so offended as a Canadian, being like, why was she so rude to me? But then I was just like, oh, yeah, you're right. I probably should close the door. Sorry. And then I turned around and closed the door and was not offended.
I take it personally.
Yeah.
So that's part of her that's changed since she's come to Germany.
But I think it's good.
Yeah, it could be good, yeah.
Have I changed it any other way?
No, I don't think so. Except sometimes you talk and you don't tell me what you're saying.
In German?
Yes.
But that's because I'm still learning. And when you're learning German and I'm like trying to translate it from English to German to the person I'm talking to, and then trying to tell my mom in the background like what I'm saying, it gets a little bit tough, but I'm still Canadian, I think.
In a German way.
Best of both worlds, right? Hopefully. I hope she still loves me.
Of course.
Wie immer, vielen, vielen lieben Dank und
Bye. Bis
später.